Okay, hey, this video is for my good friend Felicia. She's having trouble starting a grill for a long time, so I'm going to give her a very instructional point of view on how to do this. Now, I don't use charcoal, I do use a chimney. You should go out and buy them. They're like $6 to $15, somewhere in that range, depending on the quality. This one's a lot older, it's got rust on it. I got a different one that I use sometimes, but we use this one today. Just need newspaper, charcoal, and a lighter. So first off, you want the newspaper to be reasonably dry. It is actually a fairly wet day out today. So I'm just going to ball it up, maybe about 4 sheets of paper. Ball this guy up. I'm going to stuff it all right into there. We don't want to get it too tight, but we want it tight enough. I see there's a little bit more space. I'll do one more little small corner. Shove that in there. And that's the first step. Okay, so step 2 is just putting in charcoal. So I've already got have it stuffed in there, not too tight, with the newspaper. Now charcoal. I'm just going to fill it all the way up. Boom, I got it filled up. And that's really step 2. So the final step is lighting this. So I'm going to just turn the lighter on, and I'm going to wait till the paper gets on fire. It's a little bit more of a humid day out today. But luckily this paper is reasonably dry, so it should be able to catch on pretty quickly. Might take me just a little bit more time to kind of get things going. But if you can see, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. All I'm doing is just lighting up each little section. It's catching on fire. And I'm just going to sit it right over here. But now what I also do, after I light it all up, I light inside the sides right over here, like so. Try to get the sides on fire. Really want to get a good fire kind of going, especially in weather like this, because it is wet and raining, and we're just cooking steaks today. So that's step 3. You can see that smoke going, and I'll film a little bit more. Once this is really going, you can kind of see that the smoke is already billowing up and everything. And that's a good sign to let you know that there's air circulating through, and your fire is getting started. Okay, so you can kind of see now the smoke's really billowing up, like it's not just rolling real slow like it was before. Now it's really starting to come up. I can kind of put my hand over this, and I can feel the heat. It's pretty evenly distributed. So if you're not sure how can you tell if it's working, that smoke's coming up pretty fast, and then I'm also able to feel that heat. And the hotter, the closer it's getting ready. These aren't quite ready, but the closer it gets to ready, the warmer it does get over here. But the fact that I have even flames, even heat all around, I know that the charcoals are definitely catching. Now you'll see that I have this grate over there. The reason I'm doing that is just a really wet day. And so I would, if it were raining again, I would just sit this over top, still give it plenty of oxygen, but it also doesn't put out my fire, and I can still cook on a wet day. Okay, so what we have here is it's raining right now. It's kind of a drizzle. So as you can see here, we just put the lid over top. Still plenty of oxygen going through. I wanted to make sure that the fire, because it hasn't started yet, we should start seeing flames here soon. We still feel the smoke, still good even heat. That's real hot there. And those are going to be already almost ready for the steaks. So this is just a standard Weber grill. Got my smoker over here, and then I also have my propane grill. So 3 different ways to grill. I have an electric smoker, don't use that a whole lot. But I like to grill, as you can tell. So as you can tell, I had to put on a hood with a for the rain. But this is what I was kind of waiting on. You can kind of see it, especially with the rain falling like it is. Those flames are coming up. You got the red coals. This is about ready for me to flip over. So I'm gonna do it probably a little bit earlier than I would normally do it, just for the sake of doing this, because we got to get those steaks on. But they're almost ready. I would usually like to see a little bit more white before I flip it, but children don't do this at home. But if you know what you're doing, you can do it right now. All right, let's flip it. Okay, so first off, I recommend having some protective gear. I have my trusty gloves. I like the ones with the fingers in them, not the mitts, but you can use pretty much anything for when you get ready to pour. Also keep a stick handy to kind of stir the charcoal a little bit. So I'm just going to dump it. Look at those coals. They're looking good. It's good flame. And depending on what I'm cooking, I might even add more coals to it. But for what we're doing here today, these are going to be plenty. I'm going to kind of break this pyramid up just a little bit, but keep the heat on them just because of the where they are on the flame. I would like for these charcoals a little bit be more white, but this is good heat, so we're in good shape here. And then all I'm going to do is add the grate, put the lid on it. We'll go grab some steaks. We'll just get some heat on it, but I think these are just fine as far as the heat goes. And I got my little temperature gauge right here. But I think we're already ready. I don't have to worry about it too much. Well, and as you can tell, this is pretty much how you start a grill. So the grill's ready. We got some good heat. I can already see that temperature gauge moving where I need it to be. And we're ready to go. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, post a comment. I'll be happy to try to answer the questions. By no means am I going to call myself a master griller, but I'm definitely not a novice at grilling. So I can answer any questions that you have.